Hey guys, it's your girl Kayla and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be doing a collective spring book haul. Or not spring, it's summer now, it's June, I'm so sorry. Oh, happy Pride Month too. I keep thinking that July is Pride Month, but June is Pride Month. So happy Pride Month, I love you all so much. You are so loved. I love you so much. Happy Pride. I completely forgot about that. Last week's video, I uploaded it, and when I was editing it, I realized it was Pride Month. So I put Happy Pride in the description, but I don't think anyone reads the description. So Happy Pride. I love y'all so much. And anyways, today we will be doing a collective summer, not spring, summer book haul. These are all books that I have accumulated over the past few months that I haven't shown. I've showed them in like TikTok videos, but I haven't shown any of them in a YouTube video. And a few months ago, I uploaded 2 videos that were like my book collection, like my full book collection. And a lot of these books I got after I made that video, and so my collection has expanded. And instead of making like a whole nother book collection where I'm just showing you the exact same books I showed you in the last video, I'm just going to show you all of the new books that I've gotten. So there's quite a few here. There's more than I thought there was, and none of these books I've read yet. So we're just going to ignore the fact that, you know, I haven't read any of these yet. And we're going, some of these are like months old too. Like some of these I've had for months. So we're going to not go in any particular order. I'm just going to show you the books. Some of them I have categorized. So the first 2 that I'm going to show you in this haul are not the most recent. These are like the second most recent books that I got. I went to Books A Million a few months ago looking for these 3 books. And when I went there, they had this one, every other book in this series but this one, and every other book in this series but this one. So I was a little irritated. So I got a different book. I got Bride and a different book. And then I just ordered these 2 online because I was really irritated. But they had every other book but these ones. And these books are the 12th book in the Villain series by Serena Valentino. I showed y'all all of the other books in this series in my last book collection, and I've read all of those. I'm on the 11th one right now, and this is the 12th one. So I desperately needed this one bad. And there's a lot of videos on the internet that talk about the Villain series by Serena Valentino, so I'm not going to go super in-depth about it, but it is a book series. There are 12 books. You have to read them in order or nothing is going to make sense, and they are origin stories for Disney villains, but you have to read them in order. You can't just pick a random one, start in the middle. You won't understand what's going on. This is the 12th one in the series and the most recent. This one came out 2025. Another one's coming out this year, so I wanted to reread the series and be caught up for when the books came out. So the first book in this haul, and the one that I'm probably going to read next, is Heartbroken, which is the origin story to be Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, which to this day is one of like my favorite fairy tales and Disney movies. I read the original book by, I think, Lewis Carroll, I think is his name. It was so good. My mom was talking to me. I forgot what I was saying, but it's the evil queen from... Queen of Hearts, from Alice in Wonderland. I read the original book in middle school by Lewis Carroll, the original Alice in Wonderland book. I loved it so much. I think about that book constantly. It is so good. So I'm very excited to read this one. And let me show you the alternate artwork, because there's one thing about these books, it's that they have alternate artwork, which I did show that in my last book haul. You guys should probably go watch not my book haul, but my book collection videos before you watch this one. So if you haven't watched those, watch those 2 first, then come back and watch this one, because nothing's going to make sense. But the alternate artwork for this one is probably my favorite, hands down, in the entire series. Like, look at that. That's me. That is like me to a T. And then here's the spine. This one's a really bright red color. But look at I just hit myself in the face. The painted rose, yeah, it's so cute. I love it so much. Okay, so the other book that I ordered from Amazon, which both of these books are from Amazon. I don't know if I said that. They're from Amazon. I ordered the 5th book in the Bridgerton series. I did, I think, show that I had the first 4 books in this series in my book collection. I desperately needed this one. So, and again, they didn't have it at Books A Million. I bought the 6th one, this is the 6th one. I bought that one at Walmart. Because if I didn't get it then they wouldn't have had it again, and I would have had to order that one online too. So I had the 4th one, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and the 6th one. So I needed the 5th one. So I bought it on Amazon, and I think that these copies are the most beautiful copies of Bridgerton that I've ever seen. Each book has a different species of flower on it. These ones have lilies, which are some of my favorite flowers. They are so beautiful. But this book is about Eloise and Philip. I love the Bridgerton show, and all of the reviews I've seen of the books have said that the shows and the books are like 2 entirely different things. But I'm okay with that because I love the show for what it is and all of the inclusivity, and I can love the books for what they are. Hopefully, they're good. I haven't read them yet, but these copies are just so beautiful that even if I don't read them, and just keeping them on like a bookshelf would be so adorable. And then there's this bond. This image connects on all 8 books. And then here's the end papers. It says it on both sides. And then we have the edges with the designs on them. And then it has a little bookmark in there. So these are the 2 books that I got on Amazon. I think it was like $40 with shipping for both of these books, and that's a pretty good deal in my opinion. Yeah, so I'm very excited to read these, and we'll move on to the next book, which I just showed you, which is the 6th book in the Bridgerton series, which technically I got this before the 5th one, but I'm not showing these in any specific order, so it's fine. I got this from Walmart because I figured if I didn't get it when I saw it at Walmart, I would go to Books A Million to get it, and they wouldn't have it, so I just got it at Walmart. But this is the 6th one. This one is so gorgeous. I'm not sure what kind of flowers these are. I thought they were hyacinths, but they might not be. So I'll look it up and I'll let y'all know. But these are gorgeous books. I think that they're so beautiful. And this magenta color is gorgeous. And then here's the spine. And then the back. Okay, sorry. My mom was talking to me again. But here's the back. This one is Francesca and Michael, which I know in the show that Michael is Kayla, which I love that so much. I love the inclusivity. But you know what? That's fine. I'm gonna read it anyway. And then here are the sprayed edges, or the stenciled edges. I thought that all the edges were the same on all of the books, but I looked at all of them the other day and they're all different. And I think that they have to do with what happens in the books. And then here, the little bookmark in this one is green. Next book I showed in a TikTok unboxing, and I say unboxing because it was a blonde book. Walmart came out with these mystery blind date with the book things, and I bought one because it intrigued me. And I actually ended up getting Flawless by Elsie Silver. I did do an unboxing where you saw my raw reaction to this book on my TikTok. It was a few months ago, I think, but go watch it maybe. It's Flawless by Elsie Silver. I didn't have any intention of reading this book. I do know what it's about. It's about it's like a cowboy romance, boss's daughter trope thing, the whole save a bull, ride a cowboy concept. Wasn't a big fan of that, just because I'm born and raised Tennessean, and a lot of stuff like this, people will take Southern culture and stereotype it, and everyone just eats it up. And it's like when there's a country singer, and whenever they sing, they have a really thick Southern accent, and then when you see them doing an interview and talking, they talk like this, and they have a city accent, and they don't have a Southern accent, and they talk so city. That crap pisses me off. And this is the same kind of concept, and I hate it. So I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm probably not gonna like it for that specific reason of it's gonna be someone from the city trying to write about the country and what they think the country is. So hopefully I like it. I really want to lock it because I've heard that the series is really good, but I don't think I will, just because I think that whole like stereotypicalized country really just pisses me off. The next book I also showed in a different TikTok video, Starside by Alex Astor. I love the Latlark Saga. I know not everyone does. I made an entire video about the Latlark Saga. I really enjoyed it, and I've seen nothing but good things about this book. Even people that didn't like Latlark locked this book. I've never seen anyone rate it under 4 stars. Even people who didn't like Latlark locked this book. So I knew I was going to like it because I loved Latlark. So I'm very excited. Even though I didn't have any intention of reading this book, I saw all the good reviews and I wanted to read it. So, and this is part of the Walmart book club, apparently. I bought this at Walmart, and I hate that there's a sticker here and I can't peel it off without leaving residue. It's whatever, I guess. But this book is absolutely beautiful. I love the cover so much. I think like the broken sword is so like artistic in a way. Yeah. I think that this cover is so beautiful and it says so much in such a small photo. And then here's the spine, which again is gorgeous. And then there's a little snippet of the book on the back, which I low-key found this so entertaining, sorry. So I guess you can pause to read it if you'd like. There's also a dragon up here, which makes me really excited because I love when books have dragons. Insert Latlark, not Latlark. Yeah, I mean Latlark has dragons too. Insert Latlark and Fourth Wing. So I read those dragons. And these sprayed edges of this book, oh my goodness, like, look at that. It's kind of giving Masters of the Universe, He-Man, and She-Ra kind of vibes. I don't know, when I saw the swords, it for some reason gave me, like, She-Ra vibes, or, like, He-Man vibes. That's what it reminded me of. So, with the swords. It's like such a unique concept, I think. And then I'll show you the cover under the dust jacket because I think that the cover is so beautiful. Look at that. I think it's a phoenix. I could be wrong. I will fact check myself and let y'all know if it's actually a phoenix. Please don't embarrass me in the comments. I think it's a phoenix though. It makes sense with all the fire and everything. But I think it's just so beautiful. Like imagine you're like seeing somebody at a bus stop just reading a book with a freaking phoenix on the front. Like that's so cute. The back's plain though, but I think it's adorable. And then the inside has a map. It's a lot like Latlark also had a map, but it didn't have a map that was in like color like this. Like if you like Latlark had a map that was like full color, but it wasn't like individually colored. So I think that this is really cool. The map alone is like low-key convincing me to read the book. So I'm very excited about this. Oh, it's like so hot in here. I think the filter in my air conditioner needs to be cleaned because I'm like dying of a heat stroke in here. Anyway, the next 2 books that I'm going to show you are books I actually didn't buy. These are books that were given to me. My science teacher at my school retired, unfortunately. And when she was cleaning out her room, she asked me if I wanted these books because I always have a book with me and I'm always constantly reading at school. So she was like, you want these books since you like to read? And I obviously said yes because I'm not going to say no to a free book. Like, who would do that? So the first book here is a book called The Cousins. This is the same author who wrote One of Us Is Lying, which I've never read, but I know there's a show and a lot of people really love the book. I haven't read like a thriller or like a murder mystery thing since I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder in 2021. So it's been a little bit, but I loved that series or that trilogy so much. So I'm very excited to pick up a new, what I think is a thriller. Yeah. I think it is. I think it's a thriller or like a murder mystery kind of thing. So I'm excited. It's a very interesting concept. And then the next book that I have is called Teen Angst Nah. This is a quasi-autobiography. Fun fact about me, I actually really like reading autobiographies. I don't even know who this guy is. His name is Ned Vinzini. I don't know who he is, but I love reading autobiographies. I love when people write books about themselves, which is really weird because I a lot of times read books to escape from reality, so reading books about reality really just seems weird, but I like doing it, so I'm going to continue to do it. And this is one of the autobiographies I'm going to read, even though I have no idea who that man is. It was given to me for free, so what am I going to say? No? Alright, and then the next two books are both also from Walmart. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I have no idea what this book's about. I bought it because I thought the cover was cute, and I liked the quote, on the back. And the book's literally called Quicksilver, and if y'all have been on my channel for a very long time, you would know I'm a diehard Marvel fan, and, you know, I hear the name Quicksilver, and I think Pietro Maximoff, X-Men, Age of Ultron, and that Loki alone convinced me to read this. Even the paperback cover, the guy on the paperback cover, looks like freaking Pietro. So that's why I bought it. It's also like a 600-page book, and getting through Iron Flame, which was also a 600-page book, nearly killed me. So this is gonna be, you know, fun to read. And I also bought Brimstone, which is the second book in that series, because I don't leave series unfinished. I like to read series back to back. So I got this one too. Even though I have so many other series I don't own all the books for yet. We have her. Alright. And then the last three books. These two I got at Books A Million. Remember I told you that I went looking for this book and the Bridgerton and the Villains book, and they only had this one. So I got this book instead because they didn't have those three. But I'll show you this one first. In my book collection video, I showed y'all that I bought Bride by I bought Mate by Allie Hazelwood. And I wasn't sure if Bride and Mate were a duology or not. I wasn't sure if they were both standalones, but they were interconnected, or if they, like, you had to read them in a specific order. I know that Bride came out first, I think. And I know that a lot of people read Bride and then read Mate. So I wanted to read Bride first before I read Mate, because I know that's the order a lot of other people did it in. So I bought Bride from Books A Million. I think she was like 20 bucks. She was a little expensive. I'm excited to read it though. I know it has the marriage of convenience trope, or like the marrying for like political reasons trope, and for some reason I eat that up. Like I eat that up like it's freaking Thanksgiving, okay? I'm very excited to read this book. This is what I'm going to read after I finish the Villain series, because I'm that excited to read it. And then the other book that I got, which wasn't one that I was intending on buying, at least for a little bit, until I finished more of my TBR, but I saw it and I was about to leave Books A Million with just one book, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to get it. Okay. And that was Caraval, or Caraval. I don't really know how you're supposed to pronounce it. But low-key, what convinced me to read this book was I saw someone do a cosplay of the main character. I think her name is Scarlett. They did a cosplay of her lip-syncing to an audio from the audiobook, or like the audio version of this book. And it low-key, that video alone of the girl cosplaying as Scarlett lip-syncing to the audio from Caraval, it convinced me to read the book. It really did. I also know that there's like a carnival aspect to it, and when I was 13 I tried to write a book about a carnival, like a magical carnival, and it was really awful, like really bad. And so this is filling my younger me's carnival book dreams. So I'm super excited to read this. Plus, everyone that I've seen read this book has rated it really high and has loved it. Even people that like this genre isn't necessarily their genre, they've loved it. So I'm excited because I know like I'm most likely gonna love this. With the little synopsis that's right here, the only thing that bugs me is that the cover is like so much smaller than the rest of the book. It really like bugs me. And then the last book in the series is the most recent book that I got. You're not gonna believe me when I tell you this. I literally got this at the Dollar General. They sold it was $15 at the Dollar General. The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston was at the Dollar General. I kid you not. One of my favorite book talkers rated this book 6 stars. and she has never given a bad recommendation, ever. I trust her word like she is a religion. Like, that's my religion. So I'm very excited. Plus, the main character's name is Clementine, and that is like my favorite name ever. If I could change my name, I would change it to Clementine. Or if I had a daughter, I would name her Clementine. Like, I love that name so much. I had so many dolls growing up that were named Clementine, and that alone low-key convinced me to read this. So $15 at the Dollar General for this book. Not a bad deal. And that concludes my collective book haul. I'm not even going to try to pick this stack up because it is too big, but I will pick up a few because I need to pose for the thumbnail. So, oh yeah, this is not working out in my favor. All right, pose for the thumbnail. Okay, thank y'all so much for watching. Love y'all so much. I know this video is going to come out a little late because I'm filming this on Wednesday and I post on Wednesdays. So, like, as soon as I'm done with this, I have to edit it and post it. So I'm sorry this video is late, but it's you know, it's coming out nonetheless, actually on a Wednesday. So you can't be mad at me. Anyways, love y'all so much. Happy Pride, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.